I made a big mistake on this yesterday, and it's right here on this antenna. If you look at it, you'll see that these weren't the correct antennas. They're both the same gender. That's a female inside the center of that, and that's a female in the center of that. Now I think those two little brass parts touch together a little bit, perhaps, but that explains quite a bit of our video quality yesterday. Again, that little pocket receiver is very low quality. So this is an adapter. This gives us that center stinger on both sides. So I'll just screw this to this little clover leaf antenna. And then we'll screw this entire thing to the video transmitter. Oops, come on. Now, that should work better. I don't know that it'll be a lot. Again, that little pocket 5.8 receiver is made to work on cell phones, basically. It doesn't do a great job ever. But with a little better antenna actually connected, we should do better all the way around. There we go. Now then, let's see what happens. The way this works out, it looks like this little wire power connector going to the video transmitter isn't going to be tie wrapped down at all. And looks like after I plug in the battery, I've got this changer from a XT90 to an XT60, and then I've got this little piece in there, so that makes this kind of long. Probably should just go ahead and break down and put an XT60 here and go ahead and jumper off one of these connectors and just clean all that up. I'll do that later. But I think the best thing is going to be to lay this right here on top, sort of right there. Maybe turn my switch on before I put the body on. And then I've got that will make this part go right here in the center section that's raised a little bit, and it gives it a little area to be. And it just goes in there without any tie wrapping or anything. And this is just about exactly the right length to have just a little slack left in it. Not to be pulled around, but enough for a little bit of movement. And then I put a battery checker, battery alarm on the balance port. I probably need to take that through like that. And I put battery alarm on the balance port, and I'm just going to put that right there. And that'll alarm when the battery gets low. And I think outdoors, all I have to do is get my wires in just a little. Still a little problem with them. Get my back clip on. And then I can do the front clip off pretty easily. Yep. Front clip easily. And there we are. Yep. So that's what I'm going to try outdoors right now. I'm going to go outside for a short test. I'm just going to use this pocket SkyDroid receiver. I'm going to put me some of these little Velcro dots on the back. And I'm going to, going to stick it on the back of my cell phone. Right on the back of my cell phone. Make sure I keep it out of the way of the camera. It's not a good receiver at all, but it's one you can stick in your pocket. Goes in this little can, kind of nice. A little bit of USB for your cell phone. So anywhere you are, you see somebody flying, think they might be on 5.8, plug this into your cell phone, start seeing if you can capture some video. But that's what I'm going to do outside right now. And there's a little test recording the video. Now you can see with the better antenna, if I shake it around and stuff, it doesn't break up like it did running across the floor in the basement last night. So all that is better. And there's how the SkyDroid receiver looks on my cell phone on a tripod. The little RC car's up next to the back door getting ready to go outside. So we're getting a little flickering in the screen down here, but that's how it works. It isn't a great receiver for many reasons, but we'll get into that later. Well, rats, I was trying to adjust my tripod for height just as I took it outside, and I turned it upside down and something lengthened in it and broke my camera holder just as sure as I'm standing here. So now I don't have a tripod for this. Little test of my phone recording the video being transmitted, and then we'll take it outside. Now this video transmitter is on 25 milliwatts. It goes 200 milliwatts, 500 milliwatts, and 1000 milliwatts, or 1 watt. I ran it on 25 milliwatts the whole time. So here we are outside. So this is being recorded on my cell phone. I don't have any place to put it on a tripod because I broke my tripod mount. So I'm holding it in one hand and kind of using the joystick in the other hand while I'm sitting on a little brick right outside the back door. And again, it's on 25 milliwatts. So I'm not sure how far range I'm going to have with this yet. I haven't tested this transmitter. I have 2 of them. This was the first test at all. So for 25 milliwatts, I think it's doing pretty good. And overall, the camera looks pretty good. Bump the power up to 200 milliwatts, 500 milliwatts, or 1000 milliwatts, and we should be pretty good over the whole property here. Now I haven't got my rates down on my steering yet. It's a little bit too twitchy still. I also have never driven a car before in my life like this one. Rock crawler, yeah, and I had a little other one sort of like this one for about 10 minutes one time at the beach. Filled it full of sand and ruined the gears. All in like 3 minutes. So I need to adjust the steering sensitivity so I can make larger moves on the stick. There I am sitting there. I got the cell phone screen on 2 knees at this point, looking through my arms down to the screen. So, Can't get it really up to full speed because steering's so sensitive. I can't stay on this narrow asphalt road. I need to get it out on a big parking lot, really be able to just do whatever with it and work with the sensitivity of the steering. Uh-oh, I took off out back. I didn't have enough power. I'm going to have to bump the power up to get back there with the video. And there's a tree. And I think that was flying through the air. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Yes, we have a full backward flip there. Watch this. All the way over, and it lands back on its wheels, technically. And actually, we can see now it did not land on its wheels. It's still upside down. But the camera wasn't hurt. Nothing was hurt on it at all. So I had to walk down there, turn it over. So I just was going to walk it around the house. I don't walk very fast, but I think overall the camera's doing pretty good. Video transmitter's doing pretty good. Once I get it back together, oops. That might be some problems coming here in a minute. So I was just slowly walking behind it around the house, and of course it can get away from me real quick. I was still trying to get it up to full speed, but narrow roads, like I say, tweaky steering, not being used to it all. Got about 12 minutes on it today or so, I think. That gives me a whole 15 in life. Rock crawler I've got hours on, but it doesn't move any faster than like 2 miles an hour. So while I was walking towards it, behind it, I was just trying to shoot it straight out the road. It will break loose all 4 tires in gravel. It'll break loose all 4 tires on asphalt if you just take off from a dead stop. And it gets going pretty quick. So I need to get more time on it. Get my steering settled down. That all comes with time. Not sure why the controls on my cell phone screen recorder are showing in the bottom of this recording. I'll have to work on that next time too. That shouldn't be there. So again, let's try to get some fast runs going. There I am right down, coming out of the shadows, just out of the woods. Must have been some reflection in the body there on the left in the camera. So this was pretty much pretty high speed for the little car, but can't tell it because it's bouncing around so much. So now I'm holding the phone and the screen in my hand. And that was another almost high-speed run, but I stuffed it right in the woods. The road's just really narrow. And the thing does do a pretty good fast speed. It's no slouch. Much different than the rock crawler. I noticed it was right side up on the screen, so I said, can I back out? No. It might be 4-wheel drive, but I'm slightly hung up on the frame. A little helping hand there, just enough to turn it around. Yeah, it'll go up the slope, no sweat. Get some of the sticks out of the frame. So this is 10 minutes or so in. I'm getting a little more comfortable with the
steering joystick, so things are a little better. But now I'm down the driveway, so when it goes behind the sunroom there, I have to back it up to try to see it, to turn it around. I wasn't really looking down at the screen at this moment. I was looking at it instead. Look out. I was using the screen. And you see I'm fairly fast right now, and stayed on the road. Backed off when my steering was just too back and forth. Oops. And see, I'm punching it, so I'm getting off the asphalt. Ooh, see, it's going pretty good there. Oops. And I turned it over in the ditch. So I started walking towards it. I didn't know at this moment it was truly upright in the ditch. And as I was walking towards it visual, I saw on the screen that I was upright, so I pulled it out of the ditch. But then I pulled the camera loose as it came out of the ditch. I didn't know it at this point, so I'm just going to shut this off right here. So we'll just put a pretty picture of it when it was in one piece there. And I'll explain that. Yes, it came on out of the ditch, right side up, well up the driveway from where I was standing. At the same time it did that, it pulled loose the power from the video transmitter, and the video transmitter supplies power to the camera, so all of that was out at that moment. That's why there's no more recorded video on the cell phone. So I kind of went forward, which was bringing it back towards me, and just missteered, and it just popped up about a foot in the air and rolled over upside down and fell down in the ditch that was just barely wider than it was, and it hit on the back wing, and well, you can look at this for the damage.
Well, it made it all the way to the scene of the crash. It got out there in the ditch, and there's a little water in the ditch from it being wet yesterday, but being the kid I am, I didn't back off, even when it started throwing water from the tires. But then that one last little end over end flip just kind of did it in. I mean, the car's fine. It just has no rear wing anymore because, oh, and the wires ripped off the power port there, I see. Well, the connector's still in this part, but there's no connector on that part anymore. Just two bare wires. I can fix that easily. The thing I can't fix is these two posts right here that hold the rear wing on broke off. I'll have to figure out how I might fix that. Not quite sure right off. Well, let's clean it up and see what we got left. I think we got some good video though. At least good crash video, I'm sure.
That's how the day went. It was pretty fun. Everything looks like it will work out well. This will be real easy to fix. I do have to get another tripod mount for the cell phone I've been using for a camera for all this time, so and it'll take me a few days to get back videoing, but that's how long it'll take me to get the Vandal back together too. But I think it'll be easily put back together. I'll get out in a big asphalt parking lot. I'll get my steering settled down. I'll get some time on it and some ability with it. And before you know it, I'll be running it all the way around the house in circles at full speed. Thanks for watching.